So how to sell homes when there's limited inventory? This is a question that I get asked all the time. Now here's the deal, everyone. If you think 2021 was hard, 2022 is gonna be an exact replica, a mirror of exactly what you saw in 2021, because we are not building enough homes to support the amount of people in the market, and also, as you know, because of low interest rates. So how do we sell homes and get more listings when there's limited inventory? Well, first of all, here's the thing. The more that you can show that you are not like everybody else, the more that people think about you, and the more that you can come to mind, right? The more that you can become what I call a community market leader in your area, the more chances that you are going to have to still get the listings. I'll tell you what, over the past 20 years, I've been selling real estate, and I always predict in January how many homes I think are gonna be on the market in the first week of January. And I've always been correct, like literally, for the past 10 years, I've made this prediction. I've been right by about 10 homes. Do you know that this year in January, we had 35 homes on the market around January 7th, okay? It is the lowest time, the lowest amount of inventory in the past 20 years of me being in the business. Typically, it's between 70 and 90, okay? And in a traditional market, we usually have around 250 homes on the market. There was 34. Last year, with limited inventory, we still sold $1.4 million of gross commission coming in. We made $1.4 million. And the reason we did it is because we utilize video content, and we are top of mind. And we also are making sure that when people see us, that we're not doing things like everyone else, right? For example, people will tell you to do an open house. Well, I tell people why open houses are ineffective and inefficient and not the best use of their time. So I'm saying something completely different than what my competitors are saying. Also, people talk about, hey, you know, it's really important to do a broker's tour. Well, I tell sellers that broker's tour is pretty much not the right thing to do. And let's be honest, we know it's not. What does a broker's tour do? When you have a broker tour, you're calling your other agents and you're saying, come to my broker tour, I need to have a lot of cards there so I can show the seller that I'm doing my job. No, buyers know more about the houses than the listing agent does, because they're like little crack monkeys on Zillow and on the internet looking up information. Your job is to show up when these sellers and buyers are doing their research, because they are doing their research. And then your job as a real estate agent to get more listings with limited inventory when there's not a lot of inventory on the market. Your job to get more listings with limited inventory is to be different and not be doing what everyone else is. I want to show you how I position myself differently and what I do as an agent to show that I'm not doing what everyone else is, so that I attract business and I get the listings when I go on them, okay? My close ratio is about 98%, 99% quite frankly, when I go on a listing appointment, because people have already made the decision to hire me before I even get there. And then I make sure I blow it out of the park. I blow it out of the park as far as what they're gonna see once they get there. In fact, I have a process that I do. It's a process that I was able to show that we closed 48 seller transactions in a 12-month process from this strategy. What I will do is I will put that training in the show notes, or I'll direct you to that training since you're watching this video, so you can see exactly what I do to close 98, 99% of the listings that I go on. And also how I get sellers to raise their hand with limited inventory to say, hey, will you give me a market analysis of my home? And they're asking me, and then I can close it. Okay, I'm gonna give you the exact same strategy. Now here's the deal. You have to have an Omni Presence. People need to think about you and to know about you. How many times you've seen somebody at Walmart or at Costco and they're like, oh my God, I'm so happy, I sold a house or I bought a house. And you're like, dang it, why didn't you use me? Even though they loved you and they used you before, because they forgot about you. You weren't top of mind, the opportunity came up, they didn't think about you, it wasn't personal, they loved you, but they forgot about you. You've got to make it to where it's impossible for people to forget about you. Anytime somebody thinks about real estate, anytime somebody thinks about their community, they need to be thinking about you. How do you do that? You do that by producing as much content about your community, about real estate as possible, and making sure you properly distribute it. Now here's the big problem. Most people are doing things like posting on their business page or posting on their Facebook page, and here's the deal, everyone. Because of these algorithms, the only people that are seeing your content are your friends and your family and your mom and your dog Pepper, right? That's it. No one else is seeing it. Your job as a marketer is to make sure that everyone else is seeing your content. You want everyone in the community to see your content over and over and over again. That's how you attract business. Also, attract business when there's limited inventory. And here's the deal. I love this. Do you know how many times my brother, because now in my real estate business, I coach 90% of the time. 99% of the time I coach. My job is to be the face of the business. My systems and strategies will do the work for me now. Last year we closed, I think, 64 homes, and that was with me working 5 hours a week. Now, I've sold 100 homes a year every single year for 20 years, actually 19 out of the 20 years that I've been in the business when I was actually doing it full time. Well, now I've stepped out of the business. I coach now, and I work on the real estate business by learning what's happening in the market, developing new strategies, creating the video content and the scripts. I'm now the face of the business, but I don't actually talk to buyers or talk to sellers. Not bad, closing 64 deals, not ever having to talk to a seller or buyer, right? We did $1.4 million in gross commissions earned last year with me, running a multi-million-dollar monthly coaching business, because this works. And you have to make sure that you are doing things differently. If everyone else is saying to do X, you need to be saying Y. When my brother heard, marketing is not important right now, houses are flying off the shelf, we will laugh at people, not really, but we tell them, absolutely not, that's not true. Marketing is so important. If somebody tells you that they're selling your house in one day, or they're taking the first offer the first day that it goes on the market, you did yourself a disservice. You're leaving money on the table. The more I can market your property, the more eyes I can get on it, the more exposure I can get on it, I'm gonna be able to get you more money and better terms. And guess what? We have another video that we created on January 2nd of 2022 showing how and why it is so important to hire somebody who is a marketer and how that equates to money in a seller's pocket. Yes, even with limited inventory, even with bidding wars, we were able to show that we on average sell our houses around 22% higher, yes, 22% higher than our competitors, and around 18% higher than a discount broker. That positions me differently, right? Those are the kind of videos and content you need to be creating to show that you're different, to attract business, to get more listings, to close more listings, even with limited inventory. So I hope this is helpful. Hopefully you learned some tips and tricks. My goal is to aid you so you can have the life that you desired. Everyone got into real estate to have more money and more financial freedom and more time, just to realize you absolutely have none. If you want to gain your life back, if you want to build a legacy, if you want to take yourself out of your business and let your business attract business so you're not constantly having to work every weekend and every night, then subscribe to the channel. Let me know what else you want me to create content on, and I will do that for you. I hope this was helpful for you, and I can't wait to see you next time. I'm Krista Mashore. Remember, when you do what you love, people love what you do, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.